everybody, Trienne here, your leadership performance coach, coming in with another one of our wonderful interviews of some of the women that I have met making an impact on their socials, using that online marketing or the online space to make connections, networking, building their business, ultimately creating that lifestyle, that leadership lifestyle that they're wanting for themselves while making an impact. So today I have a special guest with us who is going to be covering a topic that we don't necessarily usually bring up in our community, but it's very important to talk about. And it's going to give you just some initial insights into how we can think differently about this topic that we don't usually bring up. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up our guest today. Hello.
Hi, good day. I am Nyoka. Thank you so much for having me, Trienne. This is a beautiful to be able to come and sit with you and have this conversation with you today. The topic is insurance, guys. I am an insurance agent and I have so much to share with you today.
I love that so much. So share with us a little bit then, Nyoka, how did you get started in this profession? Like, how did you start this insurance agent journey? And like we talked about before this, there's actually a lot more to your background or to what you're offering. But in this in general, how did you get started with this?
Wow, so my story may be very similar to a lot of entrepreneurs where you were doing a 9 to 5 job and you just wanted something more. But mine had a little twist to it. So I worked in the community and social service sector as a leader for a group home for about 8 years. 8 years, yes, it was that length of time. And in my sixth year in that industry, I decided, you know what? I wanted to pursue my dream to become a restaurateur. So I quit my job and I went to culinary school. But the very moment that I decided that I was going to quit my job, my mom became ill. I went to Jamaica to visit my mom, and I discovered that she had been hiding, that she was ill. And I decided that she needed to move to Canada with me. Now, I was in a position where I was earning good income. I was able to save, travel, do all the things that I wanted to do. But remember, I quit my job and my mom is ill. So now I'm a student and I'm trying to navigate helping my mom through this situation. And a part of that was learning more about finances, learning more about insurance, understanding how we could still live a good quality of life while helping her get through her medical situation. And that's what caused me to start exploring a little bit deeper what it means to access money. And through that exploration, I met an insurance agent who said to me, Nayoka, you know what? I'm looking for someone to be a part of my team, and I think you will be a good fit. And I said, sure.
It's like opportunity. Okay.
Exactly. I just said yes because it was an opportunity for me to learn more about finances and managing money. Right. So that's how I got here. Just a period of exploration.
I love that. And when I think about that, I think, wow, what a chance to really take a hold and be a leader in your own life. I mean, that's what we're about in this community through this podcast, through YouTube. It's all about how do I make a decision to say, this is what I want next. And whether I understand it or not, I feel like this is the direction I should go, and I'm going to choose that. So, how would you really describe leadership, or how have you seen it maybe in your own life?
Wow, I love that question. And I believe that leadership is an opportunity to motivate, inspire, coach, and guide others to live and be their best selves.
Mm,
That's how I see leadership. I see a leader as someone who is able to inspire change.
mhm.
Yeah.
We can be done now because that was beautiful. So
And
maybe share how are you doing that? How are you inspiring and motivating people through educating them about their insurance benefits?
you know what? I really loved what you said earlier about making a decision for yourself and creating a path for yourself that allows you to take control of your life. Because essentially, that is what I am empowering people to do in the financial sphere. Make decisions about your money that allow you to live the life that you desire, allow you to live the life that you envision, and allow you to make choices. For me, it's all about empowerment. Like I shared my story with my mom, and sometimes it may seem sad, but it's also very inspirational. There
Mhm.
were moments where we literally, this is a real life situation, had to choose between medication and food. We had to choose between medical care and, enjoying something very simple like buying a new outfit or going on a road trip or something like that. And in those moments, you feel so vulnerable, you feel so low, you feel so burdened with everything that is happening in life. So for me, leading in my industry means being able to help and empower people to be in a position where you have the power to choose. You don't have to say, okay, I'm not going to have this meal today, or I'm not going to go here today, or I'm not going to do this. You can do both. But
Mm.
you have to understand that that comes through financial planning, having a good outlook, having, some good assistance with getting to where you want to be, right? Somebody to help you to review your current situation and to help you put a plan in place that you can execute to achieve your, what I like to call, rich life.
I love that. And it really is about the education piece and then having someone who's a mentor or some sort of guide to help you through that plan. Because in a lot of cases, isn't it true that we just don't know what we don't know? If we haven't
Exactly.
been exposed to it, if we haven't been taught a little bit at a time, it's there's so many different, facets that you could use from investing to, our personal health. There's so many different things that could fall under that.
So true. And I see it in so many different ways as I navigate my journey through helping people, right? There are people who have money sitting in their account and they're looking forward to retiring or getting to retirement age, but not looking forward to retiring because they're like, oh, I do have money in my account, but it's not going to be enough. For
Mhm.
example, recently I had a client, she's in her late 50s and she will be retiring very soon. But when she thinks about the prospect of actually living till age 80 or age 90, she's like, whoa, this is not enough money for me. So, unless you have someone to sit down with and help you to put the brush strokes, sometimes you're not able to see the whole picture. It's like you're looking at the puzzle pieces and then this person comes in and they're able to see the actual picture on the box to
Mhm.
guide your hands to say, hey Trienne, put this piece here, it's a corner piece, this is the other corner piece, and this piece matches with that piece. You know what I mean? It makes the whole puzzle come together.
Yeah, and leadership is really that continuous learning and being open to that. So, if I don't know about insurance, if I don't know about investing, who do I know in my network, or how can I bring someone in my network that's going to be able to teach me that a little bit at a time? So I'm really taking charge of, I'm really taking leadership of those things that are happening. And I would say
Exactly.
there's probably more people than we know that get to that age, 55, 60 or whatever, and then they say to themselves, oh my gosh, I don't know if I have enough.
That's so true. And that's a part of the reason why I do this. A lot of my motivation is family. Family is near and dear to me. And when I'm talking about family, I mean my mother, my father, my aunts, right? I personally don't have any kids yet, but they motivate me because when I look at the life and the opportunity that they had, if they had made different decisions, they would be in a better position at this
Mhm.
moment. All of my aunts and uncles are at retirement age, but guess what? They're all still working.
Mhm.
And there's so many people in today's society, especially with the way the economy has been going,
Mhm.
that are in that position. You get to retirement age and you can't retire because you don't have enough. But this is not just for retirement. This is for people who are in my age group. I'm in my 30s. People who are in their 20s. People who are in their 40s. It does not matter where you are. Financial planning, investment, budgeting, saving, insurance, all these different things are important at every single stage of life. The importance, like you said, is having the education to
Mhm.
understand, okay, how can I implement this at my current stage to make sure that my today and my tomorrow are enjoyable?
I love that. I
Mm.
love the point that you made about having a rich life because that's not always about monetary. It's about that freedom. It's about that time. It's about like doing things that you enjoy, to me anyway. So, in this community, you seem like, you are definitely ahead of the game because you have put some of these things in place and now you are using that to make impact and help other people, which is a beautiful thing. So, being this successful, we talk a lot in the community about a morning routine or having some sort of non negotiables throughout your day that are helping you continue to grow. So, is there something that you would be able to put your finger on that you're like, I do this every single day, and it is something that definitely adds to my success?
Yes, 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 and yes.
Yes, yes, tick it off.
So, there are a few things that I have added to my morning routine that helps me to be successful. One is writing a to-do list.
Mm,
It keeps me organized. It helps me to make sure that the things that I set out to do for the day, the week, the month, the year are being accomplished. The second thing is I like to wake up, go into the bathroom, look at myself in the mirror, sing some songs, apply some makeup, and it just helps me to feel like a brand new person. If I don't do that, it's almost like my day has not begun. The moment I take those steps just to, enjoy life a little bit before work gets started, I feel like I can take on the world. Another thing that I like to do is to review where I am. And this is not something that I do on a daily basis necessarily, but it's something that I make sure happens both in my finances and work, because if we're not doing a review, the plan that we set won't necessarily come true. We'll be taking steps towards that plan, but we're not sure where on the road we are, right? It's like we're looking at the map, or we looked at the map on the beginning of our journey, but there was a detour that we had to take en route to our destination, and we didn't check the map again to make sure that we're on the correct path. So I believe that doing reviews are absolutely important.
How often did you say that you usually do yours, or is it just kind of like as you feel like is needed?
So I used to do it every month, but now I realize that doing something on a weekly basis is important. So coaches have coaches. I
Mhm.
do have a coach. So I have a business coach, and I felt that that was important for me to achieve the level of success in my business that I envision.
Mhm.
So every week we meet together on a Tuesday afternoon, and we just sit and chat about life in general, but also get really clear on the details of what we have accomplished over the last week and
Mhm.
what we would like to accomplish in the coming week.
Yeah, when you really sit down. So, a mentor of mine said to me one time, what gets measured gets done, and what you focus on grows, right? We've learned that from a
Exactly.
million of the different personal development gurus as we go. However, keeping those things top of mind, it's a game changer, whether you're writing them down every day or writing them down every week. As you share, I do something called Set It Up Sunday that I teach in my morning rush challenge, where every week I set up my week on Sunday for the entire, and I kind of do a review at that point on a scale of a 1 to a 5 or a 1 to a 10. How am I feeling about where I'm sitting in 7 different areas, right? So one of those is finances, one of those is relationships, but it's taking that, again, it's leading yourself and going, where am I at? Where do I want to be? And what do I need to do to fill in those gaps? And what can I add this week to do that?
Exactly. That's exactly it. And when you think about finances and business success, those are the key things that you need to do. Where am I now? Right? Where do I want to go? A lot of us say that we want to be a millionaire, but do we know what it takes to be a millionaire? How long will it take for you to be a millionaire with your current income? How much do you need to be saving in order to be a millionaire? And also, it's not just about working hard for money, it's putting your money to work for you. So, what returns are am I getting on my investment, right? And when it comes to work, it's exactly the same thing. You want to be, for me, I want to be a trusted insurance agent that people are attracted to. People want to come to me and have that advice and that support. But in order for me to be in a place where my name is a household name, I have to
Mm-hmm.
put in the work, right? And know the steps that I need to take to get there. And I believe no matter what industry you're in, because the same was true for me. I do still have my culinary business, guys. I never gave up on that dream. And even in that area, sometimes I'm sitting talking to clients on the finance side and I get a phone call because I don't advertise my culinary business at all. And I get phone calls all the time. Nyoka, I want you to cater for this event. I want you to teach this class or do this or do that. And it's because I took so much pride in giving my customers excellent service, but I had to define what that service looked like before actually going to execute that and then taking the steps towards doing that. And it pays off. So, few things we need to know in terms of being a successful leader in our industry is defining your values, defining who you are, being authentic to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I always say, they can copy my recipe, but it won't taste the same because I put a little bit of myself in everything that I cook and everything that I do, right? So being true to yourself is very important. But we also need to make sure that the people that we're serving are also the people who need our service, because sometimes it can feel like you're struggling to serve the people that are coming to you or that you're meeting, and it's because it's not an ideal match. There's some kind of friction or some misalignment, right? So those are some of the things that I think it's okay to say no to something that does not align with your values, something that does not align with your mission and your vision. Because imagine yourself saying, you know what, I am this Caribbean queen of the kitchen, but then you're only posting or cooking things that are related to Italian cuisine or Chinese cuisine or American cuisine. You know, you're not being true to yourself, and then you are attracting that kind of market and clientele. So it will feel more like a struggle than a passion and joy and fun the way it is intended to be.
Mm-hmm. I love that. That was beautiful to share because you're right. Like, even for me as a mentor or a coach, people can get coaching or mentoring anywhere. The difference is you're aligned with that person, and that's where the magic is, because nobody teaches like I do. Nobody teaches on the same, they don't say the same things, they don't have the same experiences and truth. And people do even better in business once they accept that and they really say, again, I'm the leader of my own life, and all the right people come to me, all the right opportunities come to me. I'm serving in the way that is best fit for me. Similar to you looking in the mirror every day, it's that empowerment of yourself and what you're.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. All right.
Exactly.
Well, I've had you on hot seat now for almost 20 minutes. You gave us, I mean, I got a page of notes myself, but I'm sure you gave us so many golden nuggets to be able to take away today. So thank you so much for that. For those that would like to engage with you a little bit more, follow wherever you're at, what is the best place for them to be able to follow your content or what you're sharing out in the world?
So the best place to connect with me, to follow me, to engage with me is on Instagram. And my Instagram profile is shown here. My handle is my name. And I tried to create it in a way that you learn how to say my name. So it's Nyoka. And that is exactly my Instagram handle. So I look forward to interacting with you guys on Instagram.
I love that. And thank you so much for sharing. I think that you're going to have an uptick in social followers here pretty soon so that they can get more. Just the way that you laid it out is so beautiful. It's like, this is just something that we need to learn and it's going to make our life better. And I think that that's wonderful. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. And that is my value add. There, like you said, there's so many coaches out there, but nobody is like you. There's so many insurance and investment agents out there, but because I have had this experience of learning and growing, I am very passionate about seeing each person succeed and helping them to get to their personal financial goal, living that rich life.
Yes. Yes. So much passion behind that. That's beautiful. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing yourself with us today and all of your brilliance. If you are going to make sure that we follow Nyoka.
Naomi.
Sorry, I almost said it differently. It's so funny because you have it like exactly spelled out, and I still am so worried about saying it wrong. A person's name is so important, you know? All right, if we're going to follow her through Instagram, she says is the best, and we're going to be interacting with you and following all your content. So thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you for being with us on the Be That Create That social channels. And remember, you are creating that leadership lifestyle. So make sure that you are designing that life with intention. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next episode.